Hey, welcome in. It's nice to meet you. What's your name again? Cole. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in for the interview today. We're interviewing a ton of applicants, so we're just really going through in this next week. So yeah. So I really appreciate you being timely, and yeah, we'll get started with this interview, and you'll hear back from us soon. Awesome. Well, let's start off. Tell me a bit about yourself. It's alright with you. I'm gonna take some notes. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, it is a tough question. It's always hard to describe yourself. But we just want to get a sense of who you are. And we have your resume, so we're not necessarily looking at, any professional accreditations or degrees. Just more of who you are personally as a person, okay? Yeah, and do you ever think that could get in the way of your obligations to the work? No. Okay. So, my next question is, what kind of value do you bring to our company? All right. Okay. So, being a team and really being a unified front is something really important in this company. Describe your working style. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And a question I have then follow up is, describe your prior experience in the field and yeah, kind of how that was like and the obligations, tasks, all those kind of things. Yeah. Okay. No, I appreciate you being honest. And I totally understand where you're coming from of, I want experience and why I'm applying for this job, but how do I ever get experience if I'm never hired? Yep. So, we are looking for somebody with experience, but it is not a deal breaker. It's not going to be like those other places where you were chosen because of somebody else because they had experience, We're really basing it off those personal and professional values. Okay. So even though it wasn't extensive, could you describe a little bit more about that role? Okay. Yep. All right. Mm-hmm. And as you can tell, you're more than welcome to sit. This company doesn't have a preference as long as you're doing your job, standing, desk, sitting. I like to personally get movement in my day. So describe your ideal space. Okay. Nope, that makes sense. Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably not going to be possible here, but I mean, that I appreciate you bringing that into the conversation. Okay. So why this company in particular? What drew you in to want to work in this role and this environment? Thank you. I apologize. I'm not sick. I think I just got something in my nose. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Same reason why I started working here. Yeah. So, I have a bit of an interesting question here. So, can you describe can you describe your problem-solving style? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, that is a tricky one. The way sometimes people can really describe this as just examples of just some examples of problems and how you solve them, and you might not necessarily even know, but just describing them out, you'll start to figure that out. Mm-hmm. So was that at your last place of employment? Mm. Okay. Nope, that makes sense. Mm. Okay, so piggybacking off of that, describe a task that you've taken from beginning to completion, all the steps of completing a task, and just describe all the actions, the thoughts that you took in that process. Okay? So the task is about... Alright. And so what was your initial step there? I know this is a bit of a curveball. Oh, okay. So that was your initial step. And then where'd you take it from there? Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. Mm. Mm. And then how do you sort of achieve that and wrap up something like that? All right. What are your long-term goals, professionally and personally? If that's okay to ask. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think that covers it all, or? Okay. So in the same vein, what are some short-term goals, personally and professionally, that you have? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And lastly, are there any questions that I should ask you? What I mean by that is, just if you were in my position, what else would you ask yourself? Tough one. Yeah. Okay. So if I asked that, how would you answer it? Mm. All right. That makes sense to me. So what questions do you have for me? So, until we offer you a job, I can't disclose the pay yet, but I assume it'll be pretty comparable to some of those previous experiences you described, if not better. What we expect from you? Okay. Well, being timely is a big thing here. Organization, and really being that team player element that we had talked about. More concrete things. So, 9 to 5 would be the pretty concrete, that stuff. And then just, given where you are right now with seniority, if people call out, we would expect you to do some of that until you could build up some of that seniority yourself, and not be lower end of that totem pole. Yeah, and I mean, you're gonna get paid time off. Yeah, this job comes with a decent amount of PTO. You can really start building it up as you grow in this company. There's also going to be a lot of supervision. So I know you talked about you not always having the most on-field experience. Well, we're going to want to make you the best professional you can be. So yeah, you'll have a supervisor you'll really do some meetings with, really start to dive into the profession more and grow in those aspects. And that's free of charge. That's during your work day. So there's no extra gimmicks after work. That's structured into the day. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Well, do you have any more questions? Alright. Well, if you don't have any more questions for me, I do not have any more questions for you, so we can wrap up this interview. As I said, we're interviewing a lot of people this week. Thank you for being timely. We got some more people coming up today. And yeah, reach out via email. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Have a good rest of your day as well. Thank you to all our members for supporting the channel. If you'd like to join the Donut Crew, link in the description below.